please rise for the prayer? Dear God, as this session opens, we pray that your presence will be before us and everyone who serves in the decision-making process of our city. We pray for direction which will lead our city to be strong and unified. May we continue the legacy of our founders. May we be granted this day the wisdom to make decisions which will be for the good of our city. We also pray for your special blessing on all those who are working to transform our city and make it a better place to live and work. Amen. Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Counsel Mercia.
Here.
Counsel Milanazzo.
Here.
Counsel Rourke.
Here.
Counsel Samaras.
Here.
Counsel Belanger.
Here.
Mayor Elliott.
Here.
Counsel Kennedy.
Here.
Counsel Leahy.
Here.
Counsel Martin.
Here.
There's 9 present.
9 present. Thank you. I'd like to recognize Councilor Rita Mercia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to offer a moment of silence in Docking Chamber for Patricia J. McCarty. She was educated in Lowell and was a graduate of Keith Hall with the class of 1962 and Lowell State College with the class of 1966. Mrs. McCarty was a school teacher in Lowell for over 30 years, serving the majority of her time at the Daily School in the Highlands. She was my children's teacher at the Daily, and they loved her. In addition to her mother, Lorraine Vaughn, Mrs. McCarty is survived by her husband, Sean, her loving children, sons Sean and his wife, Karen, and her daughter, Deirdre Haley, and her husband, Paul. Her adoring grandchildren, Sarah, Sydney, and Sean McCarty, Ella, Fiona, and Lola Haley, as well as her 2 sisters, Susan and Laurie. We offer our sincere sympathy to her family, relatives, and many friends. She will be truly missed. And I'd also like to offer a moment of silence in Docking Chamber for Phoebe Voya. She attended Lowell schools and was a graduate of Keith Hall. Phoebe was a strong advocate for veterans' wives to obtain VA benefits and had served as president of both the New England and Greater Lowell chapters of the Gold Star Wives. She was a member of the VFW Ladies Auxiliary, a member of the Friends of St. John's Hospital, and a lifetime member of the Friends of St. Joseph's Hospital. She is survived by her 3 children, Robert, David, and Linda, and her 4 grandchildren and her 8 great-grandchildren. And we offer a moment of silence to all those who have died during the week as well. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Could we please rise for a moment of silence in Docking Chambers? May they rest in peace. I'd also like to recognize Council Mercia again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If I could suspend the rules to allow Ray Adams, CEO of the YMCA, to address the City Council regarding some information of an upcoming event. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Council Mercia, seconded by Council Belanger. This motion to suspend the rules. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to the entire council for suspending the rules and allowing me to speak for a very brief moment, and it will be very brief. I would like to cordially invite everyone here to attend our legislative breakfast, which is coming up on Friday, March the 7th at 8 a.m. at the Y. It's an event that many of you attended last time. We do that every other year. We had about 70 folks, legislators and local government officials in attendance at that time. We're actually hoping to increase that number to about 100 this year, and certainly would love to see a strong representation from this body, and would like to thank Councilwoman Mercia for her support. We've talked a little bit about this, and she's passed out in your packets today a formal kind of invitation, save the date, reminder postcard. Certainly, if you have any questions, I can be reached at the Y, and I can answer any questions that you might have. Would love to invite you and have you there for that morning. And I would entertain any questions that you might have at this point in a brief moment, but Besides that, that's really all I have to share.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Moving on to the mayor's portion, mayor's business, we have a communication. This is from back in December, recognizing El Pocho as a new business in the city. Mr. Elias Interiano. Thank you. This is a citation being issued on behalf of myself and my fellow members of the City Council. Citation, be it hereby known to all that the City of Lowell and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts hereby welcomes El Potro and its owner, Elias Interiano, to their newest location at 124 Merrimack Street in historic downtown Lowell. The city is honored that Elias has chosen to bring his big flavors and spice to Lowell. The entire city of Lowell extends its deepest wishes to El Potro and its employees for the many years of delicious success. Given this 21st day of January 2014 by myself, Rodney M. Elliott, the mayor, along with all of my fellow city councilors. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Joe Carrero representing El Portro. We're very thankful and very happy to be part of the Lowell community. We've been involved in the community for many years through the Folk Festival and the band that Mr. Interiano leads, and we're thrilled so far with the response that we've gotten from the city as well as the community and the citizens of Lowell, and we hope that you all will visit us. We're right down the road at 124 Merrimack, so it's not too far for lunch. Or if you're coming back in, after dinner, after a council meeting, feel free to drop in. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councilor Rourke?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm also asking that we suspend the rules and take agenda item number 20 out of order. It's an important item on the agenda, so I'm hoping that we can get that out of the way and move on to other city business.
Motion by Councilor Rourke to suspend the rules, take item number 20 out of order. Second by Councilor Mercia. All those in favor of suspending the rules, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 20, executive session to discuss contract negotiations with non-personnel. To discuss contract negotiations with non-personnel. That's the purpose of the executive session. The meeting will be held, and then we will adjourn from the executive session back into public session. On motion to go into executive session by Councilor Rourke. Second. Second by Councilor Martin on the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know the manager wants to do us in executive session. Either way is fine with me. I just feel like, hopefully we can get this done now and then move on to other business. Thank you.
Further discussion? Councilor Leahy, could you take the chair?
Chair recognizes Mayor Elliott.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Last week we had the discussion about executive session, and I didn't, support extending the time frame. In fact, I made an amendment to the original time of departure to the manager to give another week. So I feel that we shouldn't be going behind closed doors. I think the manager has made his intentions crystal clear, and we need to move on. We shouldn't be spending time and going into a session, and I feel that we're kind of being held hostage, trying to negotiate with the manager who, he's made his position clear. He's give us a deadline, and he's moving on. So I just think that if we're going to have this discussion, let's have this discussion in public, and not delay this any further. So I'm not going to support going into executive session for those reasons, trying to convince somebody who doesn't want to stay in the city. So it doesn't make sense to me, but I wanted to make my position clear. I didn't, I voted last week not to extend the time frame. So that's one of the reasons, in addition to those that I've already stated. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Milazzo?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I think last week on a 5-4 vote, and I'll just speak to myself being one of the 5, that the manager made it abundantly clear to me that he wanted to discuss this week in executive session. So I plan to support the motion to go into executive session based upon his comments of last week when, and again, Councilor Rourke, to his credit, did push the manager to try to get him to discuss it last week, but the manager felt he wanted to wait a week and meet with the council in executive session. And again, that was approved by a majority of this board. So I'm going to support going into executive session. And as the mayor indicated, we should keep moving this forward. And I think that we'll be able to do that this evening, listening to what the manager has to say. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Councilor Samaras?
As the manager has indicated, he plans to retire from this position. But I believe by having the executive board meeting, which I voted for, will help us to move on. I think it's time to bring some type of closure, and I think the city manager is entitled to have an executive session to discuss that closure. I will support that.
Thank you. Councilor Rourke?
Mr. Vice Chair, through you to the manager. Mr. Manager, is it your hope to go into executive session still?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Councilor Belanger?
Yes, through you, Mr. Vice Chair. I think the dialogue should remain, as we voted a few sessions ago, that the dialogue should remain an open session. I mean, this is, when I campaigned for months and months, this is who I said I'm going to be, and I can't go back on that. I am very interested in hearing what the manager has to say about his continued stay for a month or whatever it may be. I'm certainly all ears to hear his proposal, but at the same time, the dialogue, both for the outgoing and the incoming manager, I intend on making as transparent as possible to the public, so I do want an open session. I'm only one vote, but that's how I feel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mayor Elliott, take the chair.
Council Leahy?
No, I'm
All
all
set?
set, thank
Okay.
you.
Further discussion on the motion to go into executive session? So let me just read it again. We'll go into executive session, and from executive session, we will adjourn back to this public session to complete the agenda. Roll call.
Council Mercia.
Yes.
Council Milanazzo.
Yes.
Council Rourke.
Yes.
Council Samaras.
Yes.
Council Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
No.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Martin.
Yes.
8 yeas, 1 nay.
Mr. Mayor, I did make a mistake. I need to convey. It's a
I'll
no
indicate
vote for
that.
me. I'm sorry.
7 yeas,
Yeah.
2 nays.
8 yeas, motion carries. We'll proceed. Councilor Kennedy?
That's a 7-2 vote, I think.
That's
What's that?
7-2 vote, motion carries. Thank you. All set? We'll go into executive session.
Manager, I don't think we're gonna I don't think I'm gonna ride it out. How long are they gonna be in there? Don't sit.
Do you talk to the council? Could you say please?
He's talking to you too. That did not apply to me.
You gotta talk to the boss, dude. I'm just like.
You think it's only gonna be a couple more minutes?
She's got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Okay.
What do you mean so? I'm calling you. I mean, if they're gonna come back soon. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what
Well, you must have a better idea of why they did it at this point.
That's okay. I want everybody's phone number because I'm calling everybody first thing in the morning. Wake up. Oh, no, that's okay. If it's a few more minutes. It's okay, guys. I'm not calling you first. That's okay.
You guys wanna go, I can call a cab.
No, that's fine. Oh, you guys
Well,
We're gonna give them a
he's
ride.
gonna need a bus and he's gonna bring his brother, so they'll be on the same side.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I have a 15-minute speech prepared.
Will you go talk to them? Will they talk to me? Some of them will.
So the
Just waiting for Council Samaras, who asked for a couple of minutes. And the clerk. Can a clerk please call the roll?
Council Mercy.
Here.
Council Milonato.
Here.
Council Rourke.
Here.
Council Samaras. Council Deland.
Here.
Mayor Elliott.
Here.
Council Kennedy.
Yeah.
Council Leahy.
Here.
Council Martin.
Here.
Moving on to the city clerk's portion of the agenda. Item number 2, minutes of city council meetings January 14th, special meeting January 14th for acceptance. Motion to accept and place on file by Council O'Rourke, second by Council Milonazo. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. City Auditor, under City Auditor's business, communication, FY 2014 audit. Motion to accept and place on file by Council Milonazo, seconded by Council Mercier. Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed? Motion carries. Under the City Manager's portion of the agenda, item number 4, communications from City Manager, responses to City Council motions and requests. Council Mercier?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There was a motion that I made to have the city manager arrange a meeting between the police, the neighborhood groups, the city council, the city planners, and to discuss the strategy, the goals, and ideas on ways to address the violence and to maintain safety in the city and our overall city's image. And we did get a response from Superintendent Taylor, who suggested that this will happen, but he would respectfully request that it be delayed until such time that he can reorganize the department, and when that's complete, he would arrange that. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Mercier. Any other questions on responses from the City Manager? Motion to accept and place on file by Council Mercier, second by Council Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed? Motion carries. Number 5 is a vote authorizing the city manager to execute parking lease agreement with Caleb Westford Street Corp. For property at 2 Leroy Street for 3 years. Second reading by title. Motion to waive the full reading by Councilor Mercier, second by Councilor Milonazo. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed? So ordered. Vote in City Council authorizing the city manager on behalf of the City of Lowell to enter into a lease agreement with Caleb Westford Street Corporation for property located at 2 Leroy Street, Lowell, for a term not to exceed 3 years. Questions? Roll call.
Need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion by Council Belanger, seconded by Council Kennedy. Roll call.
Council Mercier.
Yes.
Council Milonazo.
Yes.
Council Rourke.
Yes.
Council Samaras.
Yes.
Council Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Council Kennedy.
Yes.
Council Leahy.
Yes.
Council Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Motion carries. Item number 6 is an order for a 60-day trial. Motion to waive the full reading by Council Martin, second by Council Leahy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, so ordered. order in City Council pursuant to Chapter 266 of the Code of Ordinances of City of Lowell, Massachusetts, concerning Section 266-6 thereof entitled Temporary Experimental Regulations. Temporary traffic regulations are hereby implemented for a period of 60 days. Motion by Councilor Leahy, seconded by Councilor Kennedy. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Item number 7, it's a vote authorizing the city manager to execute a lease agreement for overhanging sign at 262 Merrimack Street, MVP Testing, LLC. Motion to waive the full reading by Councilor Kennedy, seconded by Councilor Belanger. All those in favor signify by saying aye, and the opposed, so ordered. Vote in City Council authorizing the city manager enter into a license agreement with MVP Testing, LLC to encroach upon the City of Lowell property at 262 Merrimack Street, Lowell, Massachusetts. Motion to accept by Councilor Belanger, seconded by Councilor Samaras. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
9 yeas.
Item number 8 is a communication to appoint Dr. Julia Hans, the Green Building Commission. Oh, pardon me. What is the wish of the body? Council Marcia?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Last week, Councilor Danny Rourke had a motion on the agenda to request that the city manager not enter any contracts or extend any contracts, of which I did not agree due to the time-sensitive nature of many of the contracts, specifically union negotiations that are very close to being finalized. And for that reason, I felt it was necessary to not support that portion of the motion. However, I would have supported the second part of the motion for the manager to not make any appointments or reappointments to any boards or commissions, but the motion was withdrawn before I could have amended it. With this very first appointment, I think it is appropriate time to hold off on any and all appointments. I know that some appointments do not require city council approval, such as this first one, the Green Buildings appointment, but there are 3 others that do require city council approval. I have nothing against the people that are being selected this evening. I would like to request through a motion that this city council delay action on any and all appointments and reappointments to commissions and boards until such time as a new city manager is selected to choose his or her own selection. We, at times, approve of appointments for 5 years. I think it is a lame duck issue. I think it's very unfair that someone should be leaving soon and appoint someone to a 3 to 5 year board, and someone is going to take office here and not be able to do anything about that. So that's why I'm making this motion.
Substitute motion by Councilor Mercia. Second. Second by Councilor Belanger. On the substitute, Councilor Kennedy.
Could we hear from Mr. Bakey about whether or not these, the appointments for the planning board and the zoning board of appeals, how it affects a quorum, or whether or not it does affect a quorum on either of those 2 boards right now?
Mr. Bakey.
Yes, thank you. Both the planning board and the zoning board of appeals do have some matters that come before them that actually require a supermajority of 4 members to vote in favor in order for whatever that particular matter may be to pass. And in the past, there has been an issue, particularly it came to light with respect to the planning board, that until relatively recently did not have any alternates, that there was often a real challenge when you had a limited number of members of that board in furthering important development projects because you sometimes could not get sufficient number of members to get that 4-vote majority that was necessary for things that generally enjoyed broad-based support from the boards. So as a result of not too long ago, the council approved adding an alternate to the planning board for that purpose. The appointments that are before you this evening, the planning board appointment would actually fill, using the member who is currently on the board as an alternate would just appoint that person to a full term. Right now there are only 4 regular members of the planning board. There's 1 vacancy. So if you do have a situation that comes up that requires that 4-vote majority, if anybody's not actually at the meeting, that could be an issue. With respect to the zoning board, the regular seats on the board are all filled at the moment, but the alternate seats are not filled. And if this appointment would allow for an alternate, and the purpose of the alternates is basically so that if for some reason, 1 or in some cases even 2 members of the board cannot attend a hearing, the alternate can step in and vote, and you can actually have the possibility of getting those votes. So it is a matter in some cases. I can't say for certain there's a specific case, but if there are cases pending before these boards where there is a development project that may be time sensitive because of its financing or something else, it could have an effect on that project.
All set, Council Kennedy?
Yeah.
Further discussion on the substitute? No further discussion. Council Mercy again?
There's some question as to, why are we not filling this? All of a sudden, there's an urgency to fill it when, if it wasn't for Councilor Kennedy bringing it forward to begin with, there were holdovers for years and nothing seemed to have been affected by that. All of a sudden, we're concerned about it. My motion stands.
Council Rourke?
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Through to the manager. Mr. Manager, I am disappointed that you brought these appointments forward. As I mentioned to you before, I do know some of the candidates for these appointments personally, and they are outstanding choices. I would have preferred that next manager, as you had stated when you resigned, pick the budget, pick the highs, and so forth. So, to put these people in an awkward position, I don't think bodes well for yourself or for the city. I'm just, I really am disappointed that this happened tonight.
Council Milanazzo?
Mr. Mayor, I'm not even sure at this particular point that Councilor Mercier's motion isn't even in order, simply because what we have before us is a communication and place on file. We haven't gotten to the other appointments where they do require the city council approval. So, with all due respect to the chair, I don't even know why we're entertaining Councilor Mercier's motion. I know we'll probably come up at some point in the agenda, but this was just a communication and place on file. Thank you.
Further discussion on the substitute? Council Kennedy?
The substitute motion wouldn't affect this communication, right? This communication doesn't, council confirmation isn't required for the Green Building Commission, right?
That's correct.
So, the motion would not apply to this, but it will apply to further items on the agenda. Further discussion on this item? Council Kennedy?
Shouldn't there also be a motion to accept the communication and place it on file?
Council Mercier?
The reason I made this motion for the very first one, and I did specify that some appointments do not require city council approval. The point isn't if we support it or we don't, or we have a vote and we don't. The fact is there are 4 appointments for a vote this evening. I'm not going to say, well, this one can go, but that one can't, and this one is all right. This isn't the story with this motion. The motion is, I don't think the manager should make any appointments, whether we have a vote in it or not, until the new person or whoever that person is comes in and does that.
Mr. Mayor, I'll go back to my original point. The motion is out of order.
Council Milanazzo?
The motion is out of order.
Okay. The
Out
motion,
of order, even if you bring it up later in the agenda. It's out of order. You can't bring a motion forward to say you can't appoint. It's just out of order. You can vote no, be my guest, vote no, but the motion is out of order. You want to file a motion next week? File a motion next week, but the motion's out of order.
further discussion? Madam Solicitor, is there any reason why we cannot adopt Council Mercy's motion so no further appointments are brought forward? What in the charter prohibits us from doing that?
Well, it's not, it wouldn't necessarily just be a charter issue. First of all, under the open meeting law, if there was such a motion, it's possible that people may come in and speak on the motion if it was actually listed on the agenda. As far as the placement of this particular motion, although Councilor Mercy had explained that she was aware that at this particular time it might not apply to this agenda item, the point that Councilor Milanazzo has raised in terms of the order of it, there's nothing connecting that motion, even if it were appropriate for this evening, which I think because of the open meeting law, it is not, but there's nothing that connects it with this particular motion.
Okay, what's the wish of the body? On this particular item, we don't have any confirmation on it, Council Mercia. Perhaps it's more appropriate for the following item? Because the manager can apparently...
I think we were put in a very precarious situation right now, and I don't appreciate it at all. I'll withdraw my motion, and I'll vote no on these appointments.
Motion withdrawn. Councilor Belanger, second. Withdraw the second? Okay. So the motion is a communication from the city manager. It does not require council confirmation. The appointment will be made
Accept the communication,
Anyway.
place on file.
by Councilor, motion to accept and place on file by Councilor Milanazzo. Second. Second by Councilor Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to vote, declare surplus on, and convey 21 Davidson Street to David Daly. Motion to waive the full reading by Councilor Belanger, seconded by Councilor Kennedy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed? Motion carries. Vote in City Council declaring surplus a property at 21 Davidson Street, Lowell, Mass., containing 4,080 square feet, more or less, and authorizing the city manager to accept the proposal from David Daly for $24,500. What is the wish of the council?
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept by Council Milanazzo, seconded by Councilor Rourke. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milanazzo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Next item is a vote. Plan change to the JAM plan. Motion to waive the full reading by Council Kennedy, seconded by Council Leahy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. City of Lowell vote in City Council authorizing the city manager on behalf of the City of Lowell to request approval of the following change to the Jackson, Appleton, Middlesex Urban Revitalization and Development Plan as amended from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Housing and Community Development. What is the wish of the body?
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Councilor Martin, seconded by Councilor Leahy. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milanazzo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Motion carries. Item number 11, another vote authorizing the city manager to execute land disposition agreement with Talage LLC and to convey property 9 Pearl Street for $3,400. Motion to waive the full reading by Counsel Leahy, second by Counsel Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Second reading by title. Vote in City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into a land disposition agreement with Talage LLC for property located at 9 Pearl Street, Lowell, within the Jackson, Appleton, Middlesex JAM Urban Revitalization and Development Project area, and to consummate the sale and disposition of said property. Motion to approve by Councilor Mercia, second by Councilor Milonazo. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras. Yes. Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
9 yeas.
Next item is communication. Appoint Silmira Mitchell, Pollard Memorial Board of Trustees. Dear Mayor Elliott and members of the City Council, pursuant to the authority specified in the Code of City of Lowell, Section 39-1, it's in my pleasure I am appointing Silmira D. Mitchell, 34 Coburn Street, Lowell, Mass., to the Pollard Memorial Library Board of Trustees to fill the unexpired term of Thomas Kudarakis, which terms expires December 31st, 2014, or such time thereafter until a successor is appointed and qualified. Confirmation by the City Council is required for this appointment and is hereby requested. I would be happy to answer any inquiries you may have concerning this appointment. I have attached a resume for her review. Very truly yours, City Manager Bernie Lynch. Council Mercia?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd make a motion to table the communication.
Motion to table by Council Mercia, seconded by Council Belanger. On the motion?
I just,
Motion table is not debatable.
It isn't.
Okay.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
no.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
No.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
No.
Counsel Martin.
No.
5 yeas, 4 nays. Table.
Motion carries. Next item. Communication. Appoint Robert Malovich, Planning Board. Motion to waive the full reading by Council Milonazo, second by Council Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. What is the wish of the council?
I would
Council
move,
Milonazo.
move approval, Mr. Mayor.
Move approval by Council Milonazo. Second by Council Samaras.
If I could speak in the motion.
Council Milonazo.
As we probably are all aware, Robert Malovich has been on the planning board as an alternate for quite some time, and I had the distinct pleasure of working with Bob and for Bob over the years. Bob was the planning director here in Lowell. He was also the executive director of the planning office at one point in time, and he has a great deal of experience as a planner, and I would encourage my colleagues to support this appointment, and again, it's for an unexpired term expiring September 1st of 2015. Thank you.
Further discussion? Council Belanger.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, to the clerk now. Will Mr. Malovich remain on the board if it's denied here tonight? How does this work?
Mr. Manager?
What's his current term, I guess I'm asking?
He would stay on, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, I thought that was directed to the city clerk. He would stay on as the alternate, but then if he, and that would, if there was someone missing, he would, well, he'd always be sitting. But then if someone were to leave or not be there for meetings and there was no alternate, then it's conceivable that projects would be delayed in their approval. So the thought would be to move him up and then seek an alternate so that the city's business could continue.
And his term
particularly given the, our efforts, our continued efforts to work to bring development into the city. It's very discouraging to builders, developers, investors to see those projects not be able to move forward.
And his term expires when, Mr. Manager?
As an alternate,
Yes.
I don't have that, I don't believe. So I'm not sure about that, Councilor.
Okay. Thank you.
Council Kennedy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to the manager. Mr. Manager, why isn't there an appointment on the agenda this evening for an alternate?
No one has applied for that position yet.
Okay, so then,
That would require, first, I can't appoint an alternate until I know that Mr. Malovich moves up to the full slot. At that point, then I will seek an alternate.
okay. It wouldn't be totally out of order if both items were placed on the same agenda as long as they were in the right sequence, right? In other words, once Bob Malovich's appointment was put on first, and then he became a member, then you could then have item number 14 be to appoint an alternate, and that would have been fine.
That's correct.
What you're saying is, you don't have anybody right now to go into the alternate position. Nobody's applied for it, and there's no interest from anybody?
Correct, because we haven't moved Mr. Malovich up. I think it would be unfortunate to have a citizen volunteer to come forward, go through the process of getting selected, come here, and then have Mr. Malovich's appointment. I wouldn't be so, I wouldn't make such assumptions that the council would, that would put the council in quite a box if we had the council having to vote down one and then send the other individual home, never being.
Okay. Thank you.
Further discussion? Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras. Yes. Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Motion carries. Communication, next communication, number 14, appoint Michael J. Paglia, Zoning Board of Appeals. Motion to waive the full reading by Councilor Mercia, second by Council Milonazo. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, just by way of explanation, I think Mr. Bakey's already referred to this, though, is this would be filling an alternate position, because without this, again, that same problem, that there wouldn't be, if one of the members of the Board of Appeals is not present, this would delay certain projects from moving forward. So that's why this is being brought forward.
Council Belanger?
Yes, to you, Mr. Mayor, to the manager now. Mr. Manager, the ZBA, which has now 5 full members, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. That is, you need 4 for a quorum, correct? So in the event of an absence, I know there's no alternates ready to go.
Right.
But I just want to extend to my update my colleagues that in the event of an absence and there's 4 members, the petitioner will be notified by the chairman that there's only 4 members present and you will need unanimous. So they will have an option to go forward with the vote or to continue it until a full board comes. So, yes, there's a holdup in that sense, but I don't think it's exactly fatal in certain scenarios. But business can go on. No offense to Michael, he's a great kid. I'm sure he's fully capable of the job. But business can still go on as it stands in the ZBA but in the event of an absence, you would need unanimous on a 4-member vote. Just to educate my colleagues. Thank you.
Mr. Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council, you're correct, but again, if it becomes a situation where one member is absent one week and then another member is absent the next meeting, projects that, and oftentimes the Board of Appeals people are coming in seeking variances or special permits that we're delaying a month or 2 months, and again, it sends a message of not being particularly business-friendly to those that are looking to invest in the city. But again, this is up to the council.
Further discussion? Roll call.
Need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Oh, yeah.
Motion to approve by Counsel Leahy, second by Counsel Martin. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke.
Yes.
Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
No.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
8 yeas.
Next item is another communication. Request for approval of out-of-state travel. Pardon me?
I'm sorry, I just didn't know if they wanted to say anything or not.
Okay.
Mr. Paisley, would you like to?
Mr. Pagley, would you like to come and speak?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and manager and members of the council. I appreciate the vote and look forward to doing my best. And thank you for referring to me as a kid. Feel young again, Corey. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Paglia. Next item is a communication, request approval of out-of-state travel by the police. Any discussion? Motion to accept by
So moved.
Counsel Samaras, second by Counsel O'Rourke. Roll call.
Counsel Mercia.
Yes.
Counsel Milonazo.
Yes.
Counsel Rourke. Yes. Counsel Samaras.
Yes.
Counsel Belanger.
Yes.
Mayor Elliott.
Yes.
Counsel Kennedy.
Yes.
Counsel Leahy.
Yes.
Counsel Martin.
Yes.
That's 9 yeas.
Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor?
Report. Counsel O'Rourke.
I move for reconsideration on communication number 12, please.
Move for reconsideration by Counsel O'Rourke,
Second.
seconded by Counsel Milonazo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have voted to table this motion. This is the person I was talking about earlier tonight. Mrs. Mitchell has recently gained her citizenship to the United States. She's a proud member of Centerville. She works tirelessly as a volunteer in neighborhoods with gardens. I think it's unfair to her. Maybe to be grouped in with others. I think we should reconsider, take another vote on this
Counsel,
appointment, please.
let me just state, this motion was tabled, and it can't be taken off the table,
Oh, we cannot.
okay? So, the motion cannot be taken off the table.
Mr. Mayor.
Hold on, Counsel Kennedy. Once something's been sent on the table, laid on the table, it requires,
Discuss it. There's no discussion.
right, there's no discussion.
Mr. Mayor.
She's looking up.
I thought she was ready.
Actually, what I was going to say is that, I'm still taking a look, if you could give me a minute, I think the answer is that you could have a motion for reconsideration, because the underlying motion prohibited discussion and debate. The motion for reconsideration would also similarly prohibit discussion and debate, but I would just want to take a moment to confirm that. So if it was acceptable to the council, perhaps you could continue, if that could be withdrawn for now, continue with the agenda, and in the meantime, I'll try to get you a quick answer on that.
Okay,
Mr. Mayor.
please check, as I believe once it's laid on the table, it cannot come off for a period of time, and then requires 2/3 votes to take it off the table. Counsel Kennedy on
On the,
motion for reconsideration is not on the floor at this point.
no, it is not. But my understanding, and it could be a little rusty, is that once a motion has been made to table, that motion is not debatable.
Right.
But that any member of the council at any time, including at this meeting or at any subsequent meeting, could make a motion to take the matter off the table. And then it would then be before the body again, and then there would be for another vote. So I don't know, I don't think that I don't know how Council Rourke worded it, but, and certainly if the city solicitor is looking at Robert's rules, then, that would be it. But that, my understanding of Robert's rules, if I have it correct, is that that's the story with a motion to table.
Okay, why don't we proceed with the other items on the agenda? The clerk and the solicitor are looking at the rule with the table,
If I can
and
just
we'll come
add,
back.
Mr. Mayor, sometimes it's prudent to know that you have the 5 votes before you take the matter off the table, though. I just would add that, too.
Okay, so that the motion for reconsideration is not on the floor. So why don't we go into the reports? Special meeting of 121 that took place before this city council meeting. If members will indulge me if I speak from the chair. Just a quick recap. The intent of the meeting was to continue discussion on both selection process for the auditor and the city manager. We discussed both job descriptions as was submitted by the Human Resources Director. There were some changes made. Those were adopted by the City Council for both the manager and the auditor. We also discussed the placement of advertisements in newspapers, periodicals, and other websites. That was agreed by the City Council. Time frame was established for both positions, deadlines for the submission of both positions, applicants, and we also agreed that the next, once the applications are received and we can determine how many have been received, we will meet again in a special meeting to discuss the process of selecting, rating, interviewing, and the timeframes associated with both of those positions. If members want to add anything further?
Accept the
Just a
report of progress.
Report of progress by Councilor Milonazo, second by Councilor Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Moving on to general petitions. First one is claim for property damage. Motion to refer to the law department by Councilor Mercia, second by Councilor Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Claims go to the law department. Next item is miscellaneous. University of Massachusetts Lowell requests storage of 3,200 gallons of diesel fuel. Number 2, liquids above ground at 220 Pawtucket Street. Motion to refer this to a public hearing on February 11th by Councilor Leahy, second by Councilor Kennedy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the opposed, motion carries. Next item is a motion by Councilor Belanger. Request city manager organize a meeting between Trinity Financial and the city council to provide updates regarding the Hamilton Canal District. Second by Councilor Kennedy. Councilor Belanger.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I do want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for appointing me chairman of the Economic Development Subcommittee. I appreciate your confidence very much, and I intend on working very, very hard. So this motion reflects that in lieu of the transition with the manager, that we still need to stay focused on economic development here in the city of Lowell. And this is a project that Mr. Manager, your administration got off the ground, and it's tremendous. It really is. But from what I see, and you were kind enough to give the new councilors a packet on the whole project, and I went through it, and there's a lot of good going on here. But it turns out that on some of these phases and timelines, the project is behind. And it's not to, alarming levels to this point. But my goal is to keep this project on track to the best of our ability here. There are a couple buildings that were slated to be constructed where shovels aren't even in the ground yet. I know things were dependent. The courthouse, things aren't going all that well as we'd like. And could you please update me on the acquisition about the National Park parking lot? Where are we at with that, may I ask, briefly? Through you,
Mr.
Mr. Mayor,
Manager?
to the manager. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And Council, I think it's a great motion. I think it's a very timely, and I think it's important to stay on top of this project. With regards to the, and let me just elaborate a little bit. We've been working with Trinity over the course of the last, well, obviously the last several years, but particularly the last few months on working to develop some tenants for the Freudenberg building. We're very optimistic that we're just about there and trying to bring together Trinity along with a potential tenant that will take up a large chunk of space there. And we've been working on the same issues of the timelines, and we have some, we want to sort of tie some things down on that, because as more information becomes available on developments in the area, we can tie some things to that. With regards to the Park Service, this is a source of great concern to us that this required, the ability to do this required an act of Congress. We actually had to go, and Mr. Bakey was sent down to Washington to testify and work with our Senator Kerry's office at the time, and obviously Congresswoman Tsongas, very helpful in getting this approved in a Congress that has not had the best record of passing legislation. So this is very important. Unfortunately, now it's in the, they didn't actually allow it to, they didn't actually make the transfer, they allowed the transfer to take place in accordance with the Department of Interior and Park Service procedures for disposition of property. So it's now immersed in sort of that bureaucratic process regarding appraisals, and there's some other properties, in fact, in the city that are in the same position that we're tied in with this, that we've been trying to get the Park Service to get the work done both here and in Philadelphia, to get the work done so that those properties could be transferred to other private parties that would then allow us to move forward. So we can update the council on that at the same time we're doing this, the overall update to the council.
Okay, thank you. I mean, sounds like a slow going, sounds like you're pressing hard, your administration, but nonetheless,
Absolutely.
through red tape, and this is unfortunate, but it's slow going. But back to the Freudenberg building,
Yes.
Mr. Manager, and I did have a conversation over the weekend with a local banker, and to your credit and Adam Becky, that they were slated to go in there at one point, a local bank, and yourself and Mr. Becky were very, very aggressive and accommodating getting them in there.
Right.
Unfortunately, it fell through. And it seems like the last couple of years, now this building is was slated for completion is June 2011. Okay, we're now 2.5 years past that, and it's still not occupied. So it seems like I've been hearing, we're working on things.
Right.
I'd like to know who and when, quite frankly. And I'd like to hear from Trinity Financial representatives. Okay, they have a major hunk of our city tied up in a major, major project, and that's great. I mean, the tone of my voice is going to be, what can we do to help, for starters? But in the same time, there's timelines here. We'd like them to abide by them to the best of their ability. I know there's no penalty in that, but, I mean, in the end, on an extreme side, Mr. Manager, we are able to take the project away if it's if it gets lags, correct? Okay, I mean, I just want to mention that, to know that's within our rights. I mean, that's a very extreme case. That's not, believe me, what I have my sights on at this point. But nonetheless, this project needs to go forward. And however the city can help in occupying this building, we need to do what we have to do. If we have to involve the real estate community, I don't know. I know I'm open to discussion to get this building occupied, but this council is owed, and your administration and the public is owed an explanation where we are at with this project. And what's going to happen? What's Plan B if the National Park Service parking lot takes a more than ample amount of time? What about the courthouse? If there's a delay there, is this thing just dead in the water? So I have some questions, quite frankly, and I plan on telling them whatever we can do to help at the same time. Again, not to be repetitive, but it's lagging behind. It's a well over 10-year project, and we're already behind. So where are we going? Are we looking at 20 years now? I hope not.
Right.
I hope not, and that's what I'm looking to avoid. So please do your best in setting up a meeting with this council, Trinity Financial officials, because, I have some questions for them, and I think my colleagues do too. So I appreciate your efforts, what you've done to this point, but nonetheless, The show must go on, Mr. Manager, and this project has one of my spotlights here in the downtown and citywide. So much relies on this. I hear it from, just over the weekend, a few condo owners in the neighborhood with their arms up in the air, what is going on? And I don't have answers for them. So I'd like to change that, so please set up a meeting, and I look forward to that meeting very much. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilor. Mr. Manager, Councilor Milonazo, and then maybe you can answer a lot of the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is a good motion. I will support the motion. I just am wondering if Council Belanger wants this referred to the Economic Development Subcommittee, or do you want this before the council as a whole?
Well, I'd like my colleagues to decide that. If they'd like, I mean, I can always update you. If you want to hear it firsthand, whatever way you want to go, Councilor. It's all of us that are in this.
Okay.
Councilor Milonazo. Can we recognize the manager first? Mr. Manager?
No, this can decide it.
Okay.
All I was going to do is agree with Council Belanger. It's an important project that needs to move forward, and I appreciate the kind words that we have been working very hard. It has been, as we all know, a very difficult
Yes, it has.
economic climate.
Yeah.
And we've done far more on this project here in the city. We've been very fortunate that Trinity stepped up, because there's many communities across this Commonwealth, across the country, that have had projects just die right out. Boston is a clear example with the Fellines project that was sat as a big hole in the ground for a number of years. It just now is getting started, while in the meantime we had the Appleton Mill and the Freudenberg building move forward. But I agree that this is important, and we need to hold their feet to the fire, and and also we need to hold the Park Service's feet to the fire to make them move forward. That's where the holdup is right now.
I agree. I mean, there's moving parts in this thing, but what's Plan B? If this thing, I don't want to be, that's what I'm trying to avoid, Mr. Manager. This thing falling dead in the water here, at all costs, this has to go forward, at all costs.
Absolutely.
So I look forward to it. Thank you, Councilor. I'm fine with referring it to the Economic Development Subcommittee, and I'll in turn update my colleagues if they're comfortable with that, by all means.
Councilor Milonazo.
Again, I would, if the maker of the motion is okay, and it sounds like he is, I would substitute that it get referred to the Economic Development Subcommittee, have them schedule a meeting, and obviously notify the full council as well. So,
That's fine.
Thank you.
Motion by Councilor Milonazo to refer this to the Economic Development Subcommittee meeting. Second? Second by Councilor Rourke. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Just moving back to the motion by Councilor Rourke for reconsideration. Robert's rules indicates that an affirmative vote cannot be reconsidered, first and foremost. And secondly, also under Rule 22, when a matter has been laid on the table, it shall become dead and shall not be taken therefrom unless a motion to that end is made not later than a month after the next regularly scheduled meeting, held subsequent to that meeting at which the matter was laid at the table. And this motion was not debatable.
Question to the chair?
Councilor Milonazo?
Can that motion be made by someone who was not on the prevailing side to take the motion off the table? I would make that in the form of a motion to take it off the table,
Councilor,
if I can.
it can't be, that motion, Rule 22 says it cannot be made until no later than a month, but not after, for the next meeting.
No.
Rule 22,
I'm not thinking about it.
okay? Well, would you like me to read it again? Okay. The clerk and the solicitor have conferred. Those are the rules that we adopted by the council, and then the affirmation of the vote that was taken. Motion to adjourn by Councilor
Motion to adjourn.
Belanger, seconded by Councilor Martin. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.